Hello and welcome to another Elliott with analysis. So this is a follow up on the goal analysis that I published yesterday, right? So if you look at um, my profile, you see that I have this calling for the goal shot. So what happened after that is that it broke the neckline, came down, hit the first support, went up again, play along the neckline before coming down. Right, so I've updated the wave count over here where I believe that we are actually uh, in the fourth wave and going to the fifth wave over here, right? Now, one interesting thing that I want to point out here is that you see that there is this head and shoulder over here, right? What happens is that actually you can actually see another head and shoulders, which is here. Now, let me change this coloring, right, so that we know that we are referring to a different head and shoulders. One, and then we have another one. Now there will be some overlap here. Let me just pull this thing over. Yeah. So you know that I'm actually referring to this. And then another one over here. Right. So over here, if you see this purple color here and shoulders, for now you see that the right shoulder is lower than the left shoulder. Right. So what this tells us is that at least relative to this shoulder, this is weaker. Right? So usually in Elliott wave, right, head and shoulder usually means that this is the first wave, second wave, and going to a third wave. Right? This is usually how we see head and shoulder without really having to count it. Right? So over here, because I already counted, you can see that what we have is 1, 2, 3, right? Potentially a 4 and a 5, but this could be an extension, right? My preferred count will actually be that this is wave 1, this is wave 2, right? Oh, it's slightly over here, right? And then this move down itself will then be a wave 1 of a different degree, right? So let me just change the text color, right? And then over here will be kind of like a wave 2. Okay, so then this is actually a wave this entire movement here will then be a wave 3 that is broken into 5 waves, right? So yeah, so this is how I would prefer to count it, which also means that I will have to change this degree uh to a minuet for now, right? And then this one will be let me see, sorry, this is still the minute one, right? But this one will be the minuet. Right. No, this is 1 2, sorry, this will actually be 1 degree lower even, right? Usually I don't do it this way. Right. Sub minuet is a bit too small, right? But you get what I mean for this entire wave, right? So I'll keep this left shoulder, this head, and right shoulder here for this one, right? But you should know that these are no longer valid. Maybe I just remove it. Right, to make this chart cleaner. Okay, so this right shoulder, I'll just leave it, shift it here, and I'll shift this left shoulder here. Right, the head, yeah, they share the same head, so it's fine. Now, in terms of the measurement rule, right, how far can this go? Right, there are two different targets. One is to use the shoulder target, right? That will give us about 2 to 4, right? If it's 1 to 1. And then if we do this using this, right, 3194, right? Because Is it correct? 3194. Yeah, it's around here, right? 30191. So around here, we can see that there is actually a support over here, right? And if I remember correctly, yeah, there is this actual support here. So in terms of where we will take profit, similarly to the previous analysis, this first target, which is around 3195. Okay, right? You can take profit earlier, like 3200. Okay, but this is where I expect price to move down. Okay, so let me just put this. Now, a practical trading wise, where should your stop loss be? Now, let me just put it here. Okay, I would say that you try to let's assume that this is the fourth wave, right? You will then put it slightly above here. Okay. Now the tricky thing about trading when you assume that this is the first wave is that there will be a second wave up, and usually wave two is a sharp wave up, right? So that will actually render your stop loss ineffective, right? So usually the real stop loss should be here, right? So adjust your size accordingly, right? So that you do not have the problem of being whipsaw into when you are holding this position, right? So this is slightly more than 1:1, right? But then if you're active trader, I would recommend having a tighter stop. If not, this is the correct stop loss that you should put. Right. So I might as well go through the second target. Right, you see that there's a main target here. This is actually based on Fibonacci on Elliott wave count, right? And then there is the extended target, which is 2964. Right, this is similarly on wave one of the Elliott wave. So yeah, but for now, let's focus just on this first target. Right, when we reach here, then we will see how the wave unfolds. Right, so I would say 3195 or 3200, right, as a round number. Yeah, so that's it for now, and thank you. Good luck in your trading.